My persuasive speech is on why you should wear a mask. How many times have you been exposed by someone with COVID-19 and not know it? This pandemic has hit me very hard. This is one of the toughest times in my life so far. I read the news every single day, so I'm very informed on what is going on right now. www.statnews.com, Eric Boonman asserts in his October 23, 2020 states that universal masks could save 130,000 lives by the end of February, new study estimates. Wearing a mask could save a life. In my speech, I'm going to persuade you on why wearing a mask is so important. I'm going to include the different benefits and outcomes if you wear a mask, the most important times to wear a mask, how to properly wear a mask, and the different age groups that should be wearing a mask. I'm going to tell you the many different benefits and outcomes of wearing a mask. Masks have many different benefits. Cloth face masks are very effective. They create a barrier between your mouth and nose and those around you. It makes it very difficult for the droplets from sneezing, coughing, or talking to spread to other people. There are many different masks that can be worn for different purposes. The cloth face mask is primarily worn by the general public, but can be worn for other occasions. An N95 mask is usually worn by most healthcare workers or first responders. www.healthychildren.org, American Academy of Pediatrics, asserts in their December 4th, 2020 article titled Masks or Cloth Face Coverings for Children During COVID-19 states that children who are considered high risk or severely immunocompromised are encouraged to wear an N95 mask for protection. When wearing a mask protects not only yourself, but anyone else you become in contact with. Most of the time, you may not realize you are contagious or have been in contact with someone who tested positive. It can be worn for precautionary reasons. If everyone would wear a mask, it may even help the economy recover. A mask mandate could serve as a substitution for a lockdown. I just told you the many benefits of wearing a mask. I am now going to tell you how masks should properly be worn to be most effective. Masks are effective if worn the correct way. Cloth masks are only effective if they are worn the correct way. The mask should cover both your mouth and nose. The mask should fit snugly but comfortable on your face. It should be secured by either ties or ear loops. Your mask should have multiple layers. A unique way to check to see if your mask is too thin is to get a candle and put it in front of you and blow. If the candle blows out, then that tells you the mask is too thin. If it does not, then your mask is safe to be worn. Your mask should be allowed for unrestricted breathing. This photo shows how your mask should be worn and how it not should be worn. It is important to wash your hands before and after putting on your mask. After each wearing, you should wash and dry your mask completely. I just told you how masks are effective if worn the correct way. I'm now going to tell you the most important times a mask should be worn. Masks have key times to be worn. You should wear your mask if you cannot social distance up to 6 feet. You should wear your mask when you are in public, such as a grocery store or the gas station. There are many people who go in and out of those places. You do not know if everyone that was in that store wearing the mask the correct way. Even if you have COVID-19 once, it is very important to wear your mask. www.foxnews.com, Kayla Rivas asserts in her November 13th, 2020 article titled, Already Had Coronavirus? Why You Should Still Wear a Mask states that even if you had one positive test, you can still transmit it to someone else. The virus will still linger in the airways and spread to others. www.healthychildren.org, American Academy of Pediatrics asserts in their December 4th, 2020 article titled Masks or Cloth Face Coverings for Children During COVID-19 states that children should wear a mask in childcare, at school, and other group activities. Some families may choose to wear their mask indoors as well if they feel their child is medically fragile or at risk adults that live in that household. I just told you the key times a mask should be worn. I am now going to tell you the many different age groups that a mask should be worn. Masks should be worn by many different age groups. www.healthychildren.org, American Academy of Pediatrics, asserts in their December 4th, 2020 article titled Masks or Cloth Face Coverings for Children During COVID-19 states that cloth face coverings can be safely worn by all children 2 years of age and older, including the vast majority of children with special health conditions, with rare exceptions. If any 2-year-old is not able to remove the mask without assistance, they should not wear one. Children under 2 years old should not wear one because of the suffocation risk. I just told you what age groups a mask should be worn. I am now going to wrap up my speech. As you can see, masks are a huge importance in our society right now. I just gave you information on the many different benefits of wearing a mask. Masks are effective if worn the correct way, the most important times to wear a mask, and the different age groups for which a mask should be worn. I hope with this mind-blowing information that you rethink the process and decide wearing a mask is the right thing to do. If you wear a mask, you will not only be protecting yourself, but you are protecting everyone else around you. Wear a mask, you might just be saving a loved one's life.